Hello and welcome again to investingsuccess.ca and another of our short educational videos where we take a look at esoteric math and astrology in the context of individual stocks, market indices, or perhaps even individual commodities. In this video, I want to take a quick look at silver. What you see on the screen in front of you is the December 2013 daily chart of silver futures. This chart starts back in May, brings you right up to the current time. I want to step you through a little bit of square of 9 mathematics to start with. And for my starting point on the iterations of the square root math, I went way back to May of 2011, back when silver made a significant high of just a smidge under $50 an ounce. That was my start, and I went through a number of the iterations using square root math. And the one number that did eventually come out of the calculations was $18.13 as a potential line of support. I want you to look at what happened at the end of June. Did we hit $18.13? No, but we came very, very close. We hit a low of $18.21. Again, the accuracy of this stuff is incredible. It never ceases to amaze me. So now using 1821 as a start, we can run through some iterations and we can look next for lines of overhead resistance. One of the numbers that pops out of the calculations is $25.18. Look at what happened in August. We hit $25.17. So again, accuracy is spot on. From the 1821 low, I have used square root math to calculate again 2 by 1 line. And I want you to notice what this GAN 2 by 1 line did. It caught the early August lows, and I have reason to believe it's going to come into play very quickly here again and provide us with some support. Square root numbers are telling me to look for things like 21.30 an ounce, 20.39, maybe as low as 19.50 an ounce. So we've got a turning point coming here on silver and some support is visible. Now let's take a look at some astrology of silver. What you're seeing on your screen in front of you is the natal chart, sometimes called the birth chart, or sometimes called the first trade chart. Silver futures were born, that is to say they started trading on a recognized exchange for the first time July 5th, 1933. When I generate these natal charts, I do it exactly how Louise McWhorter and W.D. Gann would have done it. I rejig the chart slightly so that Sun is on the cusp of the first house. When we do that, we see that Sun makes a hard angle with Moon and a hard angle with Saturn. Saturn and Moon therefore become key planets to watch in addition to the Sun. I further want to point out that Sun is at 12 degrees of Cancer, and in the next chart I'm going to be referring to that 12 degrees of Cancer as the natal Sun position. And I further want to point out to you that the Moon, the transiting Moon, on this zodiac wheel of silver was very, very close, like a couple days away, of being actually at a full moon position. So that further underscores the importance of the moon when it comes to looking at silver futures and price inflection points on silver. Now, let's switch back to our price chart. Here it is again. I've stripped out all of the square root mathematics. Let's just look at astrology. In June, you can see how silver broke that sideways support and it started to weaken. What was happening? Well, you had Mercury transiting past that 12 degrees of Cancer natal Sun position. Later in June, silver made its bottom, and we saw how square root mathematics predicted that. What else was happening? Well, you had Sun transiting past that 12 degree of Cancer natal Sun position. And early in August, you saw silver start to break out. What was going on? Well, you had Mars transiting past that 12 degrees of Cancer natal Sun position. And then towards end of August, silver reached a peak. Why? What was happening there? Well, you had transiting Venus making a hard 90-degree aspect to that natal Sun position at 12 degrees of Cancer. The metaphysics behind this eludes me, and therefore all I can do is use these occurrences as a tool, much like I would use technical chart analysis, moving averages, what have you, as a tool. These astrological dates where the faster moving planets aspect those key positions on a natal birth chart, I simply use as a tool. Now I'm going to flip back here and take one final look at the price chart, and I want to overlay one more layer of complexity on the silver chart. I said that in the natal chart of silver, the moon was a key celestial feature to watch. I further said that it was very close to actually being a full moon. Now, full moons and new moons, in fact, do play a role in pivot points, swing points, trend change points on silver futures. So on the price chart, I've marked on some full moon and new moon events. Back in May, there was a full moon. Nothing really happened there. But look at what happened in early June at the new moon. That's when silver started to break that sideways level of congestion. That was the first hint of something that was about to go wrong on silver. In June, there was a full moon event, and silver, again, broke a little bit of support that it was trying to build. And it was shortly thereafter that it actually hit that $18.21 level as predicted by the square root mathematics. Now from there, silver started to recover, started to rally, following that Gann 2x1 line. But look what happened. Middle of July, full moon, and that's as high as it could muster, and it started to turn down again. But it found support at that Gann 2x1 line, and shortly thereafter it started to rally again. And it worked its way into a congestion, consolidation type triangle, and look what happened. It broke out of the triangle exactly at a full moon. And in August, as Venus was 90 degrees to that natal sun position, look what else was happening. We had a new moon, and that was the turning point on silver, and it was actually at that level that the square root mathematics said we would encounter overhead resistance. And so such is the complexity and the power of financial astrology, and it starts to get very interesting when you see how square root math overlays with new moons and full moons and transits of key planets. And for me, that is the fascination that keeps me using this as a powerful tool in my trading. And it's that kind of stuff that I talk about in The Bull, the Bear, and the Planets, my first book. And I want you to know that this week I put a revised manuscript in front of the publisher, and shortly you're going to see this book reappear in its revised format. I've cleaned it up greatly, corrected some of the errors that existed in the original publication, and you're going to find it a much smoother book to navigate through, and a much more powerful ally on your desk as you trade the markets. And you'll be able to buy this revised edition on www.investingsuccess.ca. You'll be able to pay for it with PayPal, and once I get your order, I'll throw it in the mail, and you will have it in your hot little hands as quickly as possible thereafter. So in addition to our regular website at www.investingsuccess.ca, we also write our periodic blogs at astrologicaltrading.wordpress.com. And remember also that we offer our astrological e-alert service. It's $10 a month, and you're going to get up to 4 alerts every month where I keep you fully apprised of coming astrological events that can impact human emotion and thereby the financial markets. And with you being forewarned and forearmed, I guess, you'll be able to be in a position to take advantage of these astrological events and incorporate them into your trading. And that brings me to the end of this video, so thanks for watching. Have a great day and good trading.